The night shift is usually invisible. The people who clean up after everyone else rarely get noticed, and even more rarely, they get asked for something that could change a life. But on one quiet evening, in a glass office tower where power suits and million-dollar decisions ruled the day, a single sentence broke through the silence. Pretend you love me for 10 minutes. No one could have predicted what would happen next, or how a janitor with tired eyes and a heavy past would remind an entire company what real kindness looks like. Before we begin, if stories like this touch your heart, make sure to subscribe to Corner of Kind Choices, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us spread more stories that remind the world how powerful simple kindness can be. Marcus Hill worked the night shift. At 38 years old, he had learned to move quietly through life. Every evening, after dropping his 7-year-old daughter Lily at his sister's apartment, he would take 2 buses to reach the towering corporate building downtown. By the time Marcus arrived, the building was almost empty. The buzz of daytime conversations had faded, replaced by the hum of fluorescent lights and the echo of his cleaning cart wheels. Marcus didn't mind. He liked the quiet. It gave him space to think, and sometimes, to remember. He remembered his late wife, Jenna, whose laughter used to fill their small apartment. He remembered the hospital room. The machines. The silence that followed. Now, it was just him and Lily. Every night, as Marcus wiped down glass tables and vacuumed carpets, he carried one goal in his heart: give Lily a life full of love, even if theirs had been broken. On the 28th floor, where executives worked, things were different. The offices were bigger. The chairs softer. The air smelled faintly of expensive cologne and polished wood. Marcus usually cleaned that floor last. That's where he first noticed her. Claire Donovan, the CEO. Everyone in the building knew her name. She was sharp, driven, and known for making impossible decisions without hesitation. People admired her, and feared her a little too. But that night, something was different. It was past 9:30 p.m., and her office light was still on. Marcus hesitated outside the glass door. Normally, he would skip any occupied rooms and return later. But something about the stillness inside made him pause. Claire wasn't working. She was sitting on the floor. Her heels were off. Papers were scattered around her, but she wasn't looking at them. Instead, she stared blankly ahead, as if the world had gone quiet around her. Marcus gently knocked. "Ma'am? I can come back later if..." "Wait." Her voice was soft, almost fragile. Marcus froze. She looked up at him, her eyes red, like she had been crying, or trying not to. "Can you come in for a moment?" Marcus stepped inside, unsure. He kept a respectful distance, holding onto his cleaning cart like it was an anchor. "Is everything okay, ma'am?" Claire let out a small, humorless laugh. "No. Not really." There was a long pause. Then she said something Marcus would never forget. "Can you do me a strange favor?" Marcus blinked. "I'll try." Claire swallowed, her voice trembling just slightly. "Pretend you love me. Just for 10 minutes." The words hung in the air. Marcus thought he had misheard. "I'm sorry, what?" "I know how it sounds," she said quickly, standing up now, pacing. "I don't mean anything inappropriate. I just need someone to act like they care about me. Like I matter. Just for a few minutes." Marcus didn't speak. Claire ran a hand through her hair. "Today I closed a deal worth $80 million, she said. Everyone congratulated me. But when I got home, there was no one to tell. No one who actually cared. My phone didn't ring. No messages. Nothing." Her voice cracked. "I realized something tonight. I don't think anyone loves me, not really. Not for me. Silence filled the room again. Marcus shifted his weight. His instinct told him to leave, to avoid crossing a line. But something deeper stopped him. Maybe it was the loneliness in her voice. Maybe it was the way her words echoed his own quiet nights. He thought about Lily. About how she would run into his arms every morning like he was the most important person in the world. And he thought about what it must feel like, to have everything, and still feel like nothing. Marcus set his cleaning supplies aside. 10 minutes, he asked gently. Claire nodded. Marcus took a slow breath. All right. He didn't move closer right away. Instead, he spoke softly. You worked hard today. Claire looked at him, surprised. That deal you closed, that didn't just happen. You earned it? Her eyes widened slightly. No one says that, she whispered. They assume it's easy for you, Marcus continued. But I can tell, it's not. Claire's shoulders relaxed just a little. Marcus took a step closer, still careful, still respectful. And you do matter, he said. More than you think. Tears welled up in her eyes again. Marcus wasn't pretending. Not really. He wasn't acting like a lover, or even a close friend. He was simply doing something the world often forgets how to do. He was being kind. You don't have to be perfect all the time, he added. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to need someone. Claire covered her mouth, trying to hold back emotion. I don't know how to do this, she admitted. I don't know how to let people in. Marcus nodded. I didn't either, he said quietly. Not after I lost my wife. Claire looked up sharply. You're married. I was. There was no pity in his voice. Just truth. I've spent a lot of nights feeling alone too, Marcus continued. But I learned something from my daughter. Claire listened, fully now. She doesn't care about money, or titles, or success. She just cares that I show up, and that I love her. Marcus smiled faintly. And I realized, maybe that's what we all need. Not big things. Just someone who sees us. The room felt different now. Warmer. Softer. Claire wiped her tears, letting out a shaky breath. This is supposed to be pretending, she said. Marcus shook his head gently. I don't think I know how to pretend that. They both laughed quietly. The 10 minutes passed quickly. When Marcus stepped back, Claire looked lighter. Not fixed. Not completely healed. But seen. And sometimes, that's enough to begin again. Thank you, she said sincerely. I don't even know your name. Marcus. Marcus, she repeated. You did more for me in 10 minutes than anyone has in years. He nodded politely and picked up his cleaning cart. Take care, ma'am. Wait, she said again. Marcus paused. Claire hesitated. Would you come back tomorrow? Not for pretending. Just to talk. Marcus smiled. I'd like that. The next day, something unusual happened. An email went out to the entire company. From the CEO. It wasn't about profits or targets or strategy. It was about people. Claire announced new policies: fair wages for cleaning staff, better benefits, mental health support, and a simple but powerful initiative: every employee, from executives to interns, would spend 1 hour each month connecting with someone they normally wouldn't. No one in this company should feel invisible, the email read. Marcus didn't expect anything. But a week later, he was called into HR. He worried, at first. Had he done something wrong? Instead, he was offered a new position. Employee Experience Coordinator. A role focused on building connection and kindness within the company. Marcus was stunned. I'm just a janitor, he said. The HR manager smiled. No, she replied. You're someone who reminded our CEO what matters. Marcus accepted the job. But he didn't change who he was. He still greeted everyone with the same quiet kindness. He still listened more than he spoke. And every night, he still went home to Lily, who would run into his arms like he was her whole world. Claire changed too. Not overnight. But slowly. She started leaving the office earlier. Calling old friends. Letting people see the real her. And sometimes, late in the evening, she would sit with Marcus in the break room, talking not about business, but about life. Because of 10 minutes. 10 minutes of kindness. 10 minutes of being seen. 10 minutes that weren't really pretending at all. In a world that often moves too fast, where people chase success and forget connection, this story reminds us of something simple and powerful. You never know what someone is carrying. You never know how much a kind word, a listening ear, or a moment of genuine care can mean. You don't need millions of dollars to change a life. Sometimes, all it takes is 10 minutes. If this story touched your heart, remember to spread kindness wherever you go. A small act, a gentle word, or a moment of compassion might be exactly what someone needs. And who knows? You might just change a life, including your own.